Hello, guys. So, in this lecture, we are going to understand the tool called MCP Inspector. So, it's a development tool for testing and debugging MCP server that you are developing, and it provides the interactive interface to explore your MCP server capabilities without developing it fully. So when you are progressing, you are developing the MCP server. At that point of time, you can utilize this MCP inspector tool to actually understand what you have developed so far. So some of the key features, if you ask me about MCP inspectors, I'm using it for interactive testing environment. It provides the opportunity to me to explore the server capabilities, and it allows to inspect the request and response coming out of the request data generated, and it supports all the transport types of MCP, whether it's STDIO, SAC, and streamable HTTP transport type, which we have already understood. So in short, it's a tool for anyone building MCP server, making the development and debugging process very efficient. So to install the MCP inspector in your development environment, here I have chosen to install it at my respective MCP server. You can install it globally as well. So the command to install this respective MCP inspector is npx. It comes from Model Controls Protocol Inspector tool, and then we are passing the respective server against which this respective inspector needs to be configured. So this is a command. We are executing it under the virtual environment, right? It will start the MCP inspector. You can see it has already opened it, right? It installs and opens it automatically. So here I have already configured it earlier. So if you remember, we have installed our MCP server for streamable HTTP on 8000, right? So this is the URL for it. The transport type that I have chosen is streamable HTTP. It could be based on your MCP server transport type. It supports all the three, and connection type, it could be a proxy or direct. Let's choose direct, right? And then if you connect it, right, so it will provide you the different options to list the two tools that are supported by MCP server. So here you can see it has identified three different tools that are supported by this MCP server: add to do, list to do, mark to do, right? And you can select it, right? And let's try it. So think like you are developing it and you want to taste it, right? So add a new to do from MCP inspector, right? So priority medium, that's fine, you did. Okay, so let's run the tool, and you can see over here the result over here is success. To do, right, is added, and you can see the history over here, and you can inspect that what exactly is happening under the hood, right, for communicating from this MCP inspector. So you can understand this respective information that is made by the request, to do's, call, the parameters, right? And you can also understand the response, right? Type text, to do added. So this way you can utilize this respective tool for testing your respective MCP server. I hope you have understood the potential of MCP inspector now. So utilize it while developing and practicing the MCP server. Thank you very much. Stay tuned.